Okay, well, welcome to our Introduction to Assistive Technology. This is just our basic workshop to kind of get you familiarized with what types of assistive technology are out there. We'll go ahead and get started. Looks like a couple people are still joining, but we'll go ahead and get started with task and what we do and who we are. So I'm Laura Martinez. I'm the Assistive Technology Program Manager at TASK. And with me I have...
Good morning, I'm Elizabeth Ortega, Assistive Technology Specialist at TASK, and welcome to Introduction to Assistive Technology. TASK is a nonprofit. We cover 6 counties in Southern California. We're a parent training information center and a family empowerment center. Our mission is to educate and empower people with disabilities and their families to become effective communicators and self-advocates. Our disclaimer is TASK staff are not advocates or attorneys. We do not provide recommendations, legal advice, or suggestions. Our family support specialists offer peer-to-peer support, information, and options to parents of children with disabilities so they can become informed members of the IEP team and work collaboratively with schools. Our family support specialists help families understand the special education process by providing one-on-one phone consultations, virtual IEP consultations, and review of documentation, assistance with letter writing. They offer a variety of educational webinars, support for military families, information, and resources. TASK has 2 online support groups, Parent Connection and Restorative Connection. Both support groups are for parents only. Parent Connection is led by TASK staff and meets the 4th Tuesday of the month from 10 to 11. And Restorative Connection is led by a mental health professional, and they meet twice a month on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. In our tech center, we provide a variety of assistive technology webinars, individualized lab appointments. They're currently through Zoom, 1 hour long. If you're looking for specific software, any assistive technology, any questions, you prefer to meet through Zoom, you can email Laura or myself and we can go ahead and schedule that appointment for you. We also offer assistive technology consultations and AAC consultations. Through our project Communicate, we offer a free 1 hour AAC consultation with a speech language pathologist. We have Tech Connection, that's online. It's our monthly social and life skills groups for ages 14 and above. And we have a lot of information and resources on assistive technology. We have Tech Tidbits. It's an assistive technology focused e-newsletter that goes out once a month. If you are not receiving it and would like to receive it, you can visit the link listed on the slide, plug in your name and email address, and you'll start receiving it the following month. And feel free to contact either Laura or myself if you have any questions on assistive technology pertaining to your child or your clients. Feel free to email us and we'll be happy to assist you. And I am going to send a copy of the entire presentation once the webinar is over. I will send it to the email address you used to register for today's webinar.
Thank you, Liz. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So what is assistive technology? Well, assistive technology is many different things. We have some pictures here just showing different types of things that might be assistive technology, communication devices, specialized calculators, visual timers. We're going to talk about alternative access like switches and joysticks. Assistive listening devices, and then magnifiers, things like that. So just briefly, so assistive technology devices are identified in the individuals with education Individuals with Disabilities Education Act in 2004 as, this is the legal definition, any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially, off the shelf, modified, or customized, that's used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of children with disabilities. So this term does not include a medical device that's surgically implanted or the replacement of such a device. And then here's our code here. So when you look at assistive technology, the definition of an assistive technology device is very, very broad. So although in the IDEA they use the term device, it's really important to recognize that assistive technology devices required by students with disabilities include hardware, software, apps, just many things, as well as standalone devices. Almost any tool can be considered assistive technology, except for those that are surgically implanted, like a cochlear implant or things like that. And those things that have been excluded from the definition of assistive technology device as defined in the IDEA. So what are some of the things assistive technology can do for students? Well, there's a lot of different things. Just examples: make things easier to turn on, maybe hold things steady or in place, help getting dressed, helping a student learn. We're going to talk about that a lot today. Recreational activities, allowing for or improving communication. That's huge. Help a student to see or hear better. Help a student control things like TV or radio or, computer lights, anything that they might need assistance with. So when you think of assistive technology, I always imagine an umbrella. So under the umbrella of assistive technology, there are many categories. So one of the categories is physical. So someone with a physical disability or motor or fine or most gross motor needs. I think I need more coffee. So these things can include aids for daily living, which we'll talk about, might include access to a computer or a tablet, might include something like seating and mobility. Educational learning aids. So we probably, Liz and I, when we see clients, probably talk about these or show these the most out of everything. So we're going to talk about low-tech supports, handheld devices, and software and specialized applications. We'll just give you a few examples. And then for hearing impairments, examples like closed captioning, telecommunications, and assistive listening devices. Under vision, might include low-tech supports, software, apps, braille devices, many, many, many items under vision. And then for communication or augmentative alternative communication, things might include picture boards, talking photo albums, speech generating devices, iPads or tablets with AAC apps. And we'll show you some examples of all of these things. So there's a continuum when it comes to assistive technology. There's low or light tech, and then there's mid tech and high tech. And students, adult consumers, whoever it is that you are here representing, or if you're here representing yourself, sometimes, most times, the solution isn't just one thing. These are tools to help get things done, right? So it might include low, mid, and high tech. So I've given you some examples. So low tech examples might be pencil grips or raised line papers so that someone with a visual impairment can feel where the lines are. Slant boards, communication books, which we'll show you some pictures of those. Under mid tech might be a talking spell checker or a specialized calculator. Adapted eating utensils, or even switch operated toys. And then high tech, we're talking more advanced electronics, screen readers, text to speech, environmental control devices, augmentative communication devices, things like that. So we're going to get started with some low tech examples. And we're going to start with pencil grips, just to give you an idea. It's funny when Liz and I, when we typically did our workshops, we did a lot of passing around and showing and touching and things like that. And of course, now that everything's virtual, we tried to figure out a way to kind of still give you a look at everything, but it's, of course, because of the pandemic, we can't pass things around. We're not in person, so it's just a little bit different. So we'll start with some pencil grips just to give you an idea of the different types of things that are out there. If you have specific questions on any of these things, feel free to email us and we can help you out and demonstrate over a virtual appointment through Zoom or through email if you have questions. So different kinds of pencil grips, different grasps. These ones are bumpy. These ones I love. They have they look spiny, but they're soft, but they have great feedback, sensory feedback for someone who needs that. And they feel really good. This one really helps with that correct pencil grip. This one you put 2 fingers and your thumb in there. Just all different types of grips, a triangle grip. And the best way to figure out what kind of grip works best is, just to try them out. Next are magnifying bars. These are great little tools. And what it is just a little bar that you, it's clear, and then it has a yellow line down the middle. We also have one that has just a blue line to underline things. So it depends on what you're looking for. But what it does is magnify the texture reading and highlights the line that you're on to help with tracking. Another magnifying bar, the yellow highlighter. Reading helpers. So this is a slide reader. And with the slide reader, there's a little piece of cardboard on the end, and you pull the cardboard out and you can read one word at a time as you slide that cardboard to the right, and then you have the lines at the top and bottom blocking the text above and below, and then you still have the color highlighter. So helps with tracking. And there are all different kinds that are all different colors in the middle, and everyone seems to have a color preference, and it's what's most comfortable when you're looking at the colors. It's what's most comfortable for you or your student to read through. Here's some more examples. That's a full page colored overlay. This one is blue. The whole thing is blue, and then it has a clear line for tracking, for reading. Here's some more different reading helpers. Here's kind of what the See It Right ones look like. And you can order them with in a multi-pack so you can try different colors. Another example. Another example of low-tech, special scissors. So there's all kinds of different scissors out there. With these, you just simply need to press down and they spring back instead of having to do the pulling open motion. And I'm just going to flip through and show you some different ones. Help with different grip. They even have left-handed scissors. These ones you can actually clamp to the desk and just kind of hit them, you know, press them down and cut from there. Different kinds of pens and pencils, thicker pencils. These ones are tripod or triangle, and they have the little bumpy kind of no slip grip on them. This is called the twist and write. And with this one, you in the U shape, you put your index finger and it helps you with your tripod grasp. And it's short, so it's easier to manipulate. And then the sides here, those are the erasers. Here's some pencils that have fidgets on the top for those that need that sensory stimulation. These are Smencils. You might be familiar with these. They're scented pencils for those that need that olfactory input. This is a weighted pencil topper, and you can place it wherever you need for that those that need weight to their pencil. These are more weighted pencils. This is just an idea of making your own weighted pencils or crayons. This is a neat little item. It's from the therapy shop, and it's sort of a bean bag with Velcro, and you wrap it around whatever writing utensil you're using. And you do have the sensory feedback, but you also have that, that weight. And this one has, you set it down on the desk or whatever you're writing on, and it helps keep the pen steady for those that have tremors and things like that. This is an Evo pen, little tiny short pen. This is the ring pen. Put your finger through it. You got that ergonomic grasp again. So here's some that we like to point out. On the top left is the handy writer. I know it looks like a hair bob there with the little band on it. And what's nice is you see this little dolphin hanging. So you slip the little, looks like a hair bob on your wrist. At the top you have a loop, and you put your pencil or pen through the loop, and then you put the dolphin in your bottom two fingers, and what you have is your correct pencil grasp, and that helps with learning that and holding that. On the left here we have the writing bird. Again, for someone with motor issues, you do keep it flat on the whatever surface you're writing on and push the pencil or pen around that way.
Okay, I believe she was on the, was it the writing bird? The writing bird is similar to the previous one that she has shown. This one, you hold the entire bird down. The bird is on the desk, the table the entire time. You can either put a pencil or a pen through the top. It does take practice to be able to write with the writing bird. The student individual gets the grip, holds it how they best can. It does have the tiny tail on the back that helps pushing it like backwards to slide it a little bit and keep writing, because when we write with a pen or a pencil, every time we write a new letter, a new word, we pick up the pencil really quick and put it back down. We're so used to it that we don't pay attention to that. So with the white writing bird, the little tail, that's what it helps with. Pushes the bird over and continue writing. Arthritis, to have a bigger grip, a hold of a pen or a pencil. Years ago, they used to use tennis balls, poke a hole through the tennis balls, and it just has a bigger grip, a bigger hold. Low-tech examples, adaptive books. The books for younger children. The pages are thicker. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult for the students to be able to flip those pages. So you can add different fluffers. This one has small sponges on each page. So it leaves the gap between the pages so the students can stick in their little fingers and flip the pages. You can use popsicle sticks. If you use popsicle sticks, you can either do them as an example on there, or you can also do add the page numbers to the sticks. This one has pom-poms, but it also has empty contact lens containers for a grip to flip the pages. The popsicle sticks with the numbers, tongue depressors, sponges. This one's not permanent. This one, the sponge is glued to a piece of paper and it has a paper clip. So you use a paper clip per page, and once you're done with that specific book, you just remove them and you can add them to another book. So it's not permanent. Specialized paper. There's a variety of specialized paper. There's when students find it difficult to write on the regular, either the white or the college rule paper, you can find a variety. Box. This one shows where to start and where to end. And this one's free to download. And you'll get the resources in the next slide. And this one comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And it's the spacing between each line. And this one helps with the skipping a box, semi-box, to start writing a new word. This one helps with the lowercase and uppercase letters. Graphing paper. And here are your low-tech resources for the reading, writing tools, and scissors, and 2 websites for free printable writing paper. The one that has where to start and where to stop, you'll find it in the Do to Learn. Low-tech fidgets, sensory items. There's a variety. There's a clicks. Crazy Aaron's thinking putty. The Tango toys, flexible, push balls. This is a fidget pot. And chewables. Necklace, the T-bars, chewables that for the pencil toppers. And this one, it's for the students to fidget when they're sitting down. You fill it with air and they'll sit on this. So they won't wiggle as much because they'll get the sensory feedback that they're looking for. And here you'll find the resources for the chewy items and the fidget items.
Oh, thank you so much, Liz. I'm sorry. I had a power outage. How weird is that? everything went out, including internet. So I apologize. Thank you, Miss Liz.
No problem.
I think you have control.
Helpful software and applications. Oh, you can start sharing yours. I'll
Okay.
stop sharing mine.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that was just weird. I super duper apologize for that. That was just strange. Oh, look, there's my email. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for saving the day. Okay. So helpful software and applications, easy for me to say. So there are so many different types of things out there, but we just wanted to give you an idea of a few, just examples. So lots of software, lots of applications. We have 3,300 iOS apps at Task in our tech center. So we have tons and tons of stuff for you to look at if you're interested. So a lot of these things work well for people with learning, physical and visual impairments. And just some of the subjects might include reading, writing, math, life skills, social skills, and more. And we do have webinars on all of these things. So here are a couple examples. The first one is called the Dolphin Easy Reader, and it was designed for readers with dyslexia, low vision, and blindness, so that the accessibility is really unrestricted. You can make the print as large as you need. You can, it's got a great voice for reading. It's available on iOS or Android. I'll show you a quick video, I hope. Oh, I see Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Hope my computer behaves.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. It's easy to switch to Fi from the comfort of your home. Purchase a new phone.
Low vision, blind, or dyslexic? Access your favorite libraries with the free Easy Reader app. Browse for a new bestseller or search for an old favorite. Follow along with perfectly synchronized text.
It was the best time of day. The July sky cloudless.
Change the text size, pick a color, add a highlight, or tweak the speed.
The July sky cloudless. The slowly setting sun a spotlight on the east.
Get your newspapers delivered direct. Or copy and paste text from anywhere and Easy Reader will read it.
Los Angeles is a sprawling Southern California city and the center of the nation's film and television industry.
Download Easy Reader from the App Store now. Easy Reader, a better way to read.
So that's a great app, and it's at my favorite price, which is free. Just to give you an example of one of our text-to-speech apps, this is one that we really like. The next app I'm going to show you is called ModMath, and they do have a free version, and then there's a pro version that adds some tools for teachers. That's $4.99. This one is available on iOS only, and I'm going to show you a quick video.
Hi, my name's Henry. I have dyslexia and dysgraphia.
Frank got his panic under control.
You probably heard of dyslexia. It makes reading hard. Dysgraphia is like that, but it makes writing really hard. Dysgraphia makes my handwriting pretty hard to read. I use voice recognition software instead of writing. But there is no voice recognition software for doing math. And when you can't write a math problem, you can't solve a math problem. So my parents and I created an app called ModMath. It's a free app for anyone who needs it. ModMath turns the iPad into touchscreen math scratch paper, so I can do math homework without ever using a pencil or paper. Long division, multiplication problems, even fractions.
And 2 years later, ModMath has been completely redesigned to handle algebra. Variables, square roots, exponents, and more. Plus, you can share your math homework any way you like. Text, email, print, even save it to Dropbox. ModMath is a non-profit organization, so please donate and help keep ModMath free for all the kids that need it.
So that's ModMath, an example of a helpful math app. The third one we're going to show you is called SnapType, and SnapType has a free version, and then there's a $4.99 Pro version, which adds features. And
Healthcare is backwards. Everyone knows
come on,
it,
ads.
but it's not for the reasons you think. It's not backwards because the waiting rooms are lame.
So while I was in school for occupational therapy, I met a little boy during my fieldwork, and he had dysgraphia, which is a handwriting disability where he can't really read his own handwriting and his handwriting is really messy. I hate homework! So I was thinking, how can I think of something to help this child? So what I thought about was, why not just take a picture of the worksheet that the teacher passed out to him, and then he can just directly type on the screen. That's what SnapType does, and there wasn't anything out there that really did what I wanted it to. I had originally made this for this one child, and after knowing that it helped him so much, I thought there has to be other children out there just like him.
This is fun.
It's a very intuitive app, so I feel like you can get on it and you can figure out how to use it very quickly, which is really important with kids, because if it's so complex, they're not going to be able to use it. I just pull out my phone and be like, oh, I'll show you how to use it. So, or I let them try to use it, and then they realize how easy it is.
So that's SnapType, and that's really nice for people that have trouble writing. They can go ahead and just type in the answers, and it's really easy to import documents or just take a picture of the document. So next we're going to jump into augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC. And the definition of AAC, according to the American Speech Language Hearing Association, or ASHA, is augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC, includes all forms of communication other than oral speech that are used to express thoughts, needs, wants, and ideas. So we all use AAC when we make facial expressions, or use gestures, use symbols or pictures, or even when we're writing. Sorry, my computer's being difficult. Okay, so AAC can include low or light tech, which we're going to run through right now. So this might look like letterboards, picture books, or even the picture exchange communication system, or PECS. Right here on the top, we have a communication slap bracelet. It's just a bracelet, slaps on your arm, has symbols that can be pointed to for quick communication. And then here at the bottom, we have a bath choice board there. And I'm just going to run through some pictures. So this is a picture of somebody's PECS system. And so they take the symbols from up at the top and put them down on a sentence strip to communicate. Then they pull off this whole strip and hand it to the person that they are talking to. This is another example of text. This is similar to a flip and talk. It's a flip book. So at the bottom, we have core words, which are words that you use most often. And then at the top, we have fringe or topic specific words, and you just simply go to what you're looking for. So if you're looking for people, you flip to that tab and there would be a choice of different people. Different communication books, they can be set up for different people having specific. So this here on the right is the food page, and there are choices of places to go. And then once you get there, choices of what you want to order. An example of a pod book, or 3 different pod books. This is a topic specific communication board. So this one is for Play-Doh. So you have a lot of words that might work or that you might use when you're working with Play-Doh. Another one, cooking vocabulary board. So just all kinds of different boards. Here's Calm Down, kind of a step-by-step for calming down. This one's for healthcare. Alphabet board with different words on the sides. This is a alphabetical an alphabet board back. That's in alphabetical order instead of QWERTY order. And then next we're going to move on to AAC, and that can include mid-tech. And when you're talking mid-tech AAC, it's usually got some sort of voice output. It's usually recorded voice, like your own digitized speech. And then it can include single or multi-level devices. And they're typically static display, meaning you have to replace the pages and program the devices with the new pages as you go. And I'm going to give you an example here with a GoTalk. So GoTalks are pretty popular because they're rugged, easy to program, and easy to carry around. And there are all different GoTalks. GoTalk 4, GoTalk 9, GoTalk 20. Show you a little bit about that.
As a specialist coffee roaster, we are always dealing with small runs of packaging and last-minute changes.
This is the GoTalk 20 Plus Augmentative and Alternative Communication Device. A simple yet very helpful device. Let me show you how it works. Let's start by turning the GoTalk around. On the back, you have an on and off switch, a record button, and an erase button. Turning it back over, you have your level switcher and your volume control. Using the level switcher, you can cycle between 5 pages of 25 recorded messages for a total of 125 pre-recorded messages. These are the volume buttons, volume up and volume down. To activate one of the pre-recorded messages, simply press on one of the large message squares on the keyguard.
Lunch.
The overlays are stored inside and slide in and out very easily. Pictures for overlays can be printed from offline, or words can simply be written on a piece of paper and slid inside. Record a new message, simply press the record button on the back of the device. A red light will shine on the front, telling you that it's in record mode. Switch to your level, then press on the speech blurb that you want to record on. Once it's pressed, the red light will begin flashing, letting you know that it's recording. Simply press the record button on the back again to finish the recording. The GoTalk is a great communication device for people who have limited speech, people who have had strokes, have autism, and many more.
Okay, so that's just an example of a GoTalk, which is a mid-tech AAC device. And then AAC can obviously include high-tech, so that could be a dedicated communication device with synthesized or computerized speech. It could be a computer with speech output, iPad, Android tablet with AAC applications, and that is typically a dynamic display, which means as you press one folder, it takes you on to another. I have an example with a kiddo using an iPad.
My people, my friends, Max. My spaces. Word spaces. Actions.
9510. Sabrina.
Eat. My spaces. My food and drinks. Lunch. Spaghetti.
So you saw him navigate through a lot of folders, and he got to what he wanted, which was spaghetti for lunch. And here I've included resources for different AAC vendors because there are so many. I did not include all of them, but I included probably the most go-to vendors. So at the top we have vendors for AAC devices, like the GoTalk is the attainment company there. And then at the bottom there's different AAC app vendors. Liz, did you have a question, hon?
No, answering the question.
Oh, okay. And again, if you came in late, you'll get the handouts for this in about an hour or two after this is over. And so all the links are clickable. And again, you can always email us with questions. Alternative access. So some people can't use a regular keyboard or mouse. Have a friend uses his toes to access his iPad with communication app and all of his internet and everything. He uses his second toe, and there are just people that just can't access for whatever reason. So there are different ways other than direct selection to access toys, computers, iPads, you name it. And that can include something as simple as a single button mouse. We have a lot of clients with motor issues, and they get their mouse pointer to the thing they want, and they accidentally hit right click. And it can be frustrating. So with the single button mouse, there's no right click, it's just clicking. Here we have a joystick, and then there's different buttons for click, double click, and click and drag. Switches you can use to access computers, iPads, toys. Here's an example with the battery operated dinosaur. And then here we have a head mouse. You put a reflective dot somewhere on your face. I usually do it between my eyes. And wherever you look, then that mouse pointer goes to wherever you're looking. And then you use what's called dwell software. And if you stay for how many ever seconds you have it set, it'll automatically click for you. And then there's all kinds of different keyboards, larger keys, some for people with visual impairments or different things. They might be a black keyboard with white writing or with yellow writing, all kinds of different ways to access what you need to access. Aids for daily living. Now, this is a pretty broad category, but I wanted to just give you examples. So they have adapted eating utensils. Maybe you can't use a regular spoon or fork. They have so many neat adapted eating utensils to make it easier to eat. Here we have a universal cup with a spoon in it for someone who that might be helpful for, but there's all kinds of stuff. Adapted drinking devices, things to help you get dressed. Down here we have this helps you button your buttons. We also have zipper pulls to help you. There's equipment that you put your socks on that'll help you put your socks on the device, and then you put your foot in it. It has the sock already stretched out. Specially designed toilet seats, maybe they're taller, a different modification, aids for grooming, maybe to help you brush your teeth or shave. There are robotic and electronic feeders. There's one called the Bear Paw that I really like. Different adapted cooking tools. And then, of course, environmental control units. Things like the Echo, I hope mine doesn't wake up, by Amazon, or, the Google products. This is a watch that monitors glucose. So there's this one monitors glucose. I can't say it. Glucose for diabetes. And then they have all different kinds of watches and talking watches and different things that can just help you. And up at the top here, we just have a puzzle adapted with larger knobs. Again, we showed you adapted books, things like that. Just anything that can help you. I have a reacher that I use that helps me because I can't bend, that helps me pick things up off the floor, things like that. So those are aids for daily living. And I included resources for some of the most popular vendors, or the vendors that are our go-to vendors. So for alternative access and adaptive equipment, and then aids for daily living. Some of these vendors overlap for both categories here. So assistive technology for hearing and vision. There are so many things out there. It's hard to, just smush it into one little category. But again, this is just an intro. So assisted devices for hearing impaired or hard of hearing individuals. So they typically fall into one of three categories. Telecommunications. So all kinds of cool adapted phones with text to speech, things like that, texting, chat. Assistive listening devices, which is can be something as simple as headphones and a receiver you can put on your desk or wherever you are. And then as the person's the receiver has a microphone. As the person's talking, it boosts that sound into your ears. So it sounds like they're talking directly to you. And then there are all kinds of cool alerting devices. Like here, this is a bed shaker, which I think they should be automatically installed in all teenagers' room, having a teenager. And it shakes instead of making noise, which is really cool. Here's a quick video of just some of the different items that you might see.
There is new solar plus battery backup technology available that was just released on the market after billions of dollars of research.
Yikes. Oh gosh, that's loud.
Let's take a look at our personal amplifiers. Personal amplifiers help you hear better in a variety of settings, like loud restaurants or in the car. Use them with headphones or earbuds, or with a neck loop to supplement T-coil equipped hearing aids. If you can't hear your pastor or instructor, check out our personal FM listening systems. Our amplified and captioned phones let you enjoy the phone again. You can even adjust tone if you have trouble hearing certain voices. Captioned phones are only $75 and include free captioning. TV listening systems let you watch your favorite shows without blasting everyone away. Many use Bluetooth or radio frequency, so you can run to the fridge without missing a word. Our alerting products keep you posted to phone calls, texts, and FaceTime requests, as well as doorbells or knocks, open windows and doors, kitchen timers, and baby cries. They may even save your life by alerting you to smoke and carbon monoxide alarms and weather sirens. If you can't hear your alarm clock, we can wake you with a gentle vibrating wristwatch or a blaring, bed-shaking alarm clock with flashing lights. We also offer tinnitus maskers to drown out that ringing in your ears, as well as elder care products and books and media about hearing loss and deaf culture. Learn more at hearinglossexperts.com or call 1.
Okay. Didn't mean for that to be a commercial, but just had lots of good stuff in the video. When it comes to vision accommodations, there are so many different things out there that can be accessed or used. And honestly, with vision, this could be a whole entire webinar. But things might include software or apps, you know, really important that you have a screen reader or something that reads text, you know, text to speech, either app or software, or, you know, there are built-in things on your iPhone, things like that, voiceover. There are all kinds of cool handheld devices. I'm going to show you a really neat, one in a minute, for magnification, for, you know, braille items, different aids for daily living. Here's a simple one. This is called Bold Writer. These are great for someone with low vision. Have a friend with low vision. She uses these often. It's like a Sharpie, but it doesn't have the strong smell. And what we do is go over signature lines and things for her with the Bold Writer. And so she can then see where to sign her name, things like that. Lots of cool low-tech items. There are, I can't think of the word, like low-tech, you know, manual braillers, different magnifiers, canes, different things like that. I'm going to show you the Amigo.
If you wear glasses or contacts, you must see this. An award-winning doctor reveals an astonishing, natural
Okay, so that was the Amigo, and that is a handheld magnifier, but it has a lot of cool features. There are many, many brands and types of handheld magnifiers. But this one's pretty amazing. We have several different ones if you're interested in seeing others. And here are just some resources for deaf and hard of hearing products and blind and low vision products. LSNS and Maxi Aids both have deaf and hard of hearing and blind and low vision products. A lot of low and mid-tech devices, handheld devices. And we are at the end of today's workshop. I wanted to tell you again, just in case you joined late, that Liz will be sending out the handouts from today. And I would like to ask you to fill out your workshop evaluation form if you can. Liz will put the SurveyMonkey link in the chat. If you prefer a QR code, it's up there. You can just aim your camera at it. And I just want to point out, if you could please mark NA if the question does not apply to this workshop. Thank you, Miss Liz. And again, if you want, if you have questions or you'd like to see other things, you know, more personal to you or your child or your students or whoever it is you're trying to help out yourself, go ahead and email us and we'll be glad to help you either through email or we can set up an individualized lab appointment with you. Do we have any questions? Oh, you're welcome. Sorry about my